to Hersheypark Stadium in lovely Hershey, Pennsylvania. Tonight, the Hershey Trojans take on the Colts of Cedar Cliff. I'm Rob Sterner, the advisor of the broadcaster. Kailey Wetherbee is our director of the broadcast. Hershey's gotten off to a great start against both Gettysburg, Waynesboro, and Dallastown. Trojans off to their best start since 2020 at the height of the COVID pandemic. Head coach Mark Painter has his team believing in themselves and working hard to play smart, mistake-free football. But tonight they come up against 3-0 Cedar Cliff. The Colts have dispatched Shippensburg, Mechanicsburg, and Lancaster County's J.P. McCaskey. They sport a potent run game with senior Eric Shriver rolling up 318 yards and 6 TDs over those 3 wins. Partnering with Shriver is senior Tyrell Hills, who scored 3 TDs and racked up 168 yards. And junior Bennett Seacrest has 3 TDs of his own. That's 12 TDs on the ground in 3 games. And the passing attack is solid enough to keep opponents off balance as well. Junior Bennett Seacrest has passed for nearly 300 yards and 1 touchdown and no interceptions. However, he's completed just 57% of his passes. Now for a look at the key players on offense for the Trojans. This is a run-first offense. With 60 carries and nearly 400 yards and 8 TDs, senior Angel Cabrera is the workhorse of this offense, picking up nearly 6.7 yards per carry. The Trojans are going to lean on him heavily. Adding to the run attack are junior Carter Klein with 38 carries for 133 yards and a touchdown, and senior wide receiver Derek Guzman with 10 carries for 166 yards. Guzman's carries are often reverses and wide receiver sweeps, which helps keep the defense guessing. Hershey's head coach Mark Painter has entrusted the quarterback duties to sophomore Cam Sweeney. Sweeney's been efficient and done well not to turn over the ball. 13-16 for 287 yards and 5 TDs with no picks in 3 games for Sweeney. That consistency is the key for keeping the Trojan offense ticking over and keeping the opposition guessing. Sweeney was a wide receiver last year with just 1 catch for 7 yards. He's taken well, however, to the added responsibility and playing time. Sweeney's biggest target thus far has been senior wide receiver Derek Guzman. Guzman's caught 7 for 176 yards and 4 TDs. He's the big danger man of the receiving core of seniors Joe Agurdo, Anthony Vesquezi, and big tight end Isaiah Danner. So we're expecting the Trojans here, as I said, to run first, second, and sometimes third. In the previous couple games we've seen here, they've kind of had their best attack when they're mixing things up, keeping defenses off balance as the Colts take the field here. Big key for the Trojans here is not making mental mistakes, staying focused. And we'll take a break here for the national anthem from the Trojan Marching Band. Not a big presence just yet from the student section. It is a gold out tonight, but we got a pretty good turnout from the rest of the older fans here, the parents and adults. We noticed the cheerleaders take a picture with the Cedar Cliff cheerleaders before the game. It was nice to see. Little sportsmanship and camaraderie among the teams. As our captains move to the center circle here for the coin toss. Just waiting on the outcome of the coin toss. Looks like some of these players know each other. So the Colts have won the toss but deferred to the second half, so they want the ball coming out of halftime, which means the Trojans are going to start with the ball. So it looks like headed back to take the kickoff will be senior Derek Guzman and senior Davon Williamson. And there we go, we're off. Guzman takes it up the middle. We got a flag on the play, and he is down at about the 30-yard line. We'll have to see what the result of that is. Holding on the Trojans. That'll bring it back a little bit. So Trojans going to start things off from the 17-yard line. Trojans start with 2 to the right. Motion man is Guzman. Little wrinkle to the play. Run up the middle, and he's stacked up in a hurry. Looks like he got nothing on the play. It's going to be a long night if they can't get Cabrera going. He is the heart and soul and workhorse of this offense. So offensive line's got to buckle down, win some battles up front, open up some holes for him. Guzman in motion again. Handoff up the middle, a little off to the right. Leaps over a man. A little more like it from the Trojans. Gain of 8 on that one, so it's 3rd and 2. They definitely do like to run off to the right based on how things went last week. Big tight end Isaiah Danner off there to the right. You go to the right, didn't seal, loses a couple yards on that one. Guerrero goes backwards on that one. Loses 3. Fourth and 4, senior Anthony Vasquez's headed into the out there to punt the ball away. Decent punt. Makes the first 2 men miss, and he brings it out. Out to around the 40. So short field here for the Colts. Look like they're going to be on about 42. Bennett Seacrest alone in the backfield, trips to the right. He takes off running, runs over number 27. 27 from the Trojans. That was L.J. Douglas at the point of attack there. So it looks like Colts, at least in that play, trying to spread the field out. Let the quarterback decide whether he wants to run or throw. Get more defenders out of the box. Now they come in a bit more of a tight package. 2 receivers left. Running back in the backfield. Motion. Handoff on the motion. Sweep out the outside, and he is down the sideline. That is a quick touchdown. That is number 6, late Nathan Lusk on the second play, offensive play. That's a 35-yard TD there for Lusk. Lusk is one of their big carriers here. He's got 23 carries for 168 yards, 7.3 average coming into the game, and 3 touchdowns, and he's just added 1 more there, so he's up to 4 on the season. So Hershey just got smacked in the mouth. 7-0 here early. I got to see how they're going to respond. It's part of the game. Momentum's a huge part of this, so they've had times in previous games where they got smacked around a little bit and they had to respond. 1 point early in the season here, they were down by 2 touchdowns pretty well way through the third quarter, and they were able to get some stops and fight their way back and end up winning the game. So the Trojans kind of got to figure things out here, both offensively and defensively. So Colts tight end here, Carter Enders, he's a senior, he's off to kick off, and we've got Derek Guzman and Davon Williamson back to return. Line drive. Guzman takes it up the middle. He's got a little seam. He's made a couple of guys miss, and great run back. Gets it out past the 40. That's going to pick up the team needs. There is a flag on the play. Holding again. So that's going to negate that good run back. Looks like they're bringing it back to spot of the foul. Looked like it was about the 22. So yeah, it's going to take them back to the 12-yard line. That's a rough penalty. you're chopping off 30 yards. And unless the Trojans get themselves out of this rough field position, it's going to be another short field for the Colts. So let's see what Trojans have dialed up. Handoff inside. No, fumble. Does look like Cam Sweeney did fall on it. Looked like a bit of confusion between quarterback and running back. Looked like it was a read option play there. So no gain on the play. .8:27 left to play. Cedar Cliff's up 7 after a 35-yard TD from Nathan Lusk. Option play out to the outside. A little bit behind for Guzman. Looks like he's pushed out of bounds. They're going to need some of that razzle-dazzle tonight. It looks like the Colts are very much gearing up to stop Cabrera and make the Trojans beat him some other way. So that takes it out to the 43. It's a good pickup there between Sweeney and Guzman. Good hands by Guzman to pick up the pitch when it was a little bit behind him. That's the danger with an option play. Now they're going to keep their eyes on Guzman again. So he's got, see, they were looking at him this time, and they got him wrapped up in the backfield. Got him around his ankles. Loss of 1 on that. Cheerleaders trying to pep up the crowd. See me at the crowd behind the team. Wide receivers split either side. Looks like power more to the right. Looks like a pass. Drops back. Sweeney looking down the middle. Does get it complete to Joe Agurto. That's senior Joe Agurto. First and 10 from the Colts 31. Colts were covering it pretty well. Cornerback was on him, and looked like the linebacker dropped back, just couldn't get enough elevation to get a tip on the ball. Guzman in motion. Sweeney keeps it. Looked like they were trying to set up a little bit of a read option play and then straight into maybe a full-on traditional option. Gets 3 out of it. He easily could have gotten wrapped up in the backfield with that. Trojans still look like they're kind of hunting around, find what's going to crack open the Colts defense. There you go. Cabrera up the middle and then off to the right. Nobody's going to say he's going to be a flashy runner, but he's deceptively fast. First down. Gets him down to about the 12-yard line. Got some nice blocking on that one. Open up. Big hole up the middle for Cabrera. Back up the middle. Looks like he got down to about the 1-yard line, 1.5 yards or so. Second down. Looks like they're saying it was yeah, second and goal from the 2. We got 5:35 left to play. Looks like the Trojans have gotten their mojo going. See if they can punch it in. Got a full house backfield off to the right. Kind of a mush rush here. Doesn't look like they got it. They got a yard out of it, though. Got him down to the 1, so we're 3rd and goal from the 1. Looks like they're going for that full house backfield kind of look. Now they're going left with it this time. And he got stacked up. It looked like Sean Elliott on the play there. So it'll be 4th and 1. Trojans are going for it. Early in the game, if they don't get it, make the Colts go 99 yards. If they do get it, be a huge lift to the team. Get them back on even terms. Get a statement. They're all stacked up there. I don't think they got it. Oh, he's calling a touchdown. Okay. Not 100% sure who got the TD there, but it was a 1-yard dive. Extra point's good. So 7-7, 4:06 left in the first. Hershey was a little nervous at the beginning of that drive. You can kind of feel it coming off the field. You can feel it in the stands. But they drove from their own 12 after a negated good run back from Derek Guzman on the kickoff. Was pulled back all the way back to the 12-yard line due to a hold on the kickoff. But didn't really matter this time out. They marched down the field in 11 plays, excuse me, and got themselves a touchdown out of it. So now it's time to see if they can get some, figure out a little bit at least, figure out the Colts offense. Because the Colts last time out, 2 plays, 35-yard touchdown with their running back, their wide receiver, Nathan Lusk. They run with a bunch of different players, so he's got a number of runs here. Kickoff deep at the goal line. Automatic touchback in high school football. So it's a good kickoff there. Colts set up with a man really deep. Handoff. He squiggles his way through. Doesn't seem like he got a whole lot out of that one. Little conversation in the backfield. High snap, and he's running for it. He's got a big opening off to the right-hand side. Pulled down, out of bounds. Bennett Seacrest with a big run there. Gets him big first down. Ball's going to be spotted on the Trojans' 42. 4 wide receivers out for the Colts. Looks like a screen out to the left. Dropped it. They're saying incomplete. They were lucky. If it had been a backward pass and he dropped, the Trojans could have pounced on that, but makes it 2nd and 10 from the 42. Does stop the clock. 3:15 left to go in the first. 7-7 here. Ball's on the wrong spot, so referees are resetting it. Ball should be on the 42. 2 receivers left. Hands off. Goes off to the right. That was running back Eric Shriver. Shriver is their big runner here. He's racked up 318 yards in the season and 6 TDs. So we're probably hunting around for ways to get him going. So 3rd and 9 here. Looks like we got a timeout. Trojans take a timeout. Well, I'm going to take a moment, talk a little bit about the broadcaster. We've been the school newspaper, student-run, since 1926. Since 2015, we've gone 100% online, and we are a digital-first publication. You can check us out at hhsbroadcaster.com, where you can also find our socials there. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We have essentially abandoned Twitter, which is now called X. But you can find us all those other places. We do our best to cover all things Hershey, both sports, academics, music and theater, clubs. So, see what the Colts dial up here, and see if the Trojans can slow them down. 3rd and 9, ball on the 41. Receivers both sides. Quarterback drops back, up the seam, and it's incomplete. He had his man. He beat the coverage. Fourth and 9. It's pretty far for field goal. Does look like they're going to punt, but there has to be a possibility here. Of a trick play. So Trojans got to be on their toes. Punt is away. It is a low duck. Kind of dives into the corner. Does look like they're going to down it. They did end up saving it, so it looks like it's going to start the drive on the 4-yard line. Well, Trojans got what they wanted. They did get gashed there for a pretty big run from Bennett Seacrest. And the Trojans have shown they can drive the length of the field. So the Colts, on the flip side here, will sense an opportunity to see if they can pin him back. Run off the right there for Angel Cabrera. Looks like maybe they got about 2. So 2nd and 8. Just past 2 minutes left to go in the first. Guzman in motion. Handoff up the middle. A little testy out there for the wide receivers. PJ Paterno Looks like some of the guys talking to him. They want to make sure they don't give a penalty here. So that run took him out to the 9-yard line, which makes it 3rd and 5. Sweeney back to pass, throws it out to the outside. Looks like a timing route. First down. A pass to Derek Guzman out there. Gets him out to the 23. Good timing route. Receiver, cornerback was dropping pretty deep off of him there. So clearly the Colts have been looking at some film. Know that Guzman is the guy that can go deep on him. Motion. Sweeney keeps it. Jukes out to the right, makes 2 men miss. He is on the move. He has passed midfield, and he's pushed out of bounds there. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted about the Colts 45. Big run there from Sweeney. It was at least twice he could have been caught either for a loss or for a minimal gain. So it looks like the Trojans are trying to be a little bit more deceptive, try to mix up things, keep the defense on their toes. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter here, 7-all. Trojans on the move. Handoff inside to Cabrera. He bounces off one, bounces off, he's carrying men. Finally pulled down, it looks like took 3 guys to get him down. Looks like got out to about the, what we got there, 37? Yeah, that's it for the first quarter. Seven all after one. Trojans have gotten gashed for a couple big plays. First drive, they go out there, 5 plays, punt. Colts come back, second play of the drive for them, 35-yard run from Nathan Lusk. Next drive out, though, Trojans get the ball on their own 12 after a penalty. 11 plays, drive the length of the field, punch it into the end zone. So they answer back. And the Colts here had 6 plays. They got a little bit of movement, had a good run from their quarterback, but then they had to punt, thinking hopefully they were, in their case, hopefully they were pinning the Trojans back deep. Trojans start off on their own 4-yard line, but now they've gotten the ball out to the Colts 37. Couple good runs here, and a nice pass to Derek Guzman on a timing route. So the Trojans have to feel pretty good so far. They have had 1 fumble, but luckily they fell on it. A little bit of a screen out here to the wide receiver. There's just nothing out there. Just too many bodies. They read it too quick. So loss of a couple on that. 3rd and 4. Trojans take a timeout. Well, Sweeney's been really good with the ball thus far. He's thrown 1 pass. He did have a little bit of a confusion and fumble between himself and Angel Cabrera, but he did pounce on the ball to keep possession. He's had a couple good runs. And the Trojans are very much a run-first offense, so having some of this variety here of the run options, some of the jet sweeps, will keep the Colts on their heels a little bit, maybe over-pursuing. And the Trojans being a run-first offense, like a lot of teams in high school, a lot of players play both ways. So the longer the offense is on the field, the more that offensive line is wearing out the Colts defensive line. Some motion here, looks like power left, run left. Cabrera, a little patience, sets up his blocks, does get himself a first down. Looks like he got out to 32. No, excuse me, 27. First and 10 from the 27. Handoff inside. Nope. Sweeney kept it. Well, he should have handed off inside, but he kept it. Carter Klein looked like he made a breakthrough. Sweeney's a little slow to get up. Oh, it looks like this could be bad. So Sweeney's down. Loss of 3 on the play. He looked maybe got the wind knocked out of him. So, number 2, sophomore Grant Lader is going to have to step in. Second and 13. We'll see how long Lader has to be in here. It's the life of backup quarterback. Got to be ready. Motion here from Guzman. Handoff inside. Big hit at the end of it. Did look like that was Carter Klein, perhaps. Yeah, that was number 21, Carter Klein. Third and 10. This is an obvious passing down. See that they're going to run the ball and try to set up a field goal. We haven't seen Grant Lader much this season. Handoff. Doesn't get much out of that one. Klein got his jersey pulled in the back. Looked like he got a yard out of that. They're sending Cole Goodman out, senior place kicker. This is going to be a 33-yard field goal. No, excuse me, a 43-yard field goal. They're on the 33 where the spot is going to be. He gets a lot of foot into it, but not enough. Because it's caught in the end zone, that is a touchback. Looked like he got a little under the ball. Tough thing when you have something that's very much the edge of your range for the kickers. Try to kick a little extra into it, and sometimes the mechanics and form break down. Clearly, Coach Painter thought that was within his range. Colts set up in kind of a bunch formation. Looks like power right. Run kind of through the middle there. Looks like he's stacked up. Colts with 2 receivers left. Running back shifts to the left-hand side. Throw is over his man. Makes it 3rd and 6. Wide receiver in motion. Up the middle. Did not make it. Handoff to number 3, Eric Shriver. And they're going to send the punt team out. Guzman set back to receive it. So it does look like Trojans have kind of gotten the measure of the Colts offense. Fair catch from Guzman. Trojans start things off out on their 38. Okay, penalty holding against the Colts. Looks like maybe they're going to make him re-kick it. Back him up, 10. All right. I'll put Guzman inside the Colts half. Evan Ziegler back to kick. Low. Everybody stays away from this one. Rolls down to the Trojans 45. So net gain of 7 yards on that. So it was worth taking the penalty. Worth accepting it. Would have been nice to see Guzman take it, but Guzman, the receiver, to the near side. Cabrera, the lone running back. Sweeney swallowed up and sacked in the backfield. Tried to make something out of it, but just couldn't wriggle away. Loss of 10 on that one. Makes it 2nd and 20. Trojans this year don't seem like they're necessarily built to pick up huge chunks of yards. They're more the grinded out sort of offense. 2 receivers to the near side. Guzman motions. Handoff inside to Cabrera. Got it out to 39. So 3rd and 16. Seems like an obvious passing down. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, near side. Cabrera in the backfield, but looks like he's back there to block. Incomplete pass. Sweeney threw it as he was in the grasp. So they're conferring. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to give him the incomplete pass. Vasquez, senior, back to punt. A little confusion here in the punt team. They got it sorted out. Set, punt, kind of floats, looks a little short. It's going to bounce. Not a Trojan bounce, however. Another flag on the play. Let's see what the call is here. We're holding against the Colts. So instead of the 42, they'll be starting at the 32. Still 7-all. 5:56. Close game. Trojans had kind of 2 good drives here. One ended in an attempted field goal from 43. That was caught in the end zone for a touchback. That was a 12-yard drive. And their 11-yard drive got them a touchdown. Colts only had a 2-play drive to get him a touchdown. Oh, tight coverage. Flag on the play. Yeah. Guzman was getting spun around by that receiver. Looked like Nathan Lusk was taking him for a ride. Guzman talking to the official. So just a 10-yard penalty there. So it gets them back the yardage they lost on the holding penalty. So 1st and 10, 5:49 left to play. Handoff goes up the middle. Met about the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2. Sharp on the tackle. Colts still trying to get Shriver going. He was running in there with some speed and some anger. But he only got 2 out of the play. Second and 8, 2 receivers to the right. 1 running back. Into the backfield. Quarterback takes off. Gets past some guys. He's good at that open field running. Runs over the tackler. That was Michael Jones on the tackle. Oh, excuse me, Anthony Vesquezi. So that takes the Colts to the Trojans. Be like the 43. He looks deep. Down the middle, nearly picked off. Oh, it hit him in the hands. Anthony Vesquezi. He had it, saw it come right into his hands. Gotta have those plays. That's how you end a drive in a hurry. You start ruining the confidence of the opposing quarterback. Run to the left, stacked up. Tyrell Hill's on the run. Nothing doing. Good pursuit on that. Loss of 3. Definitely out of field goal range here for the Colts. So if the Trojans can hold him here, they can get the ball back. A couple minutes left in the half. Quarterback back, deflected, and knocked down. That's number 52, Corey Schaefer. That's senior. They're going to be forced to punt. Evan Ziegler back to punt. He's on his own 40. Looks like they're going to angle it into the corner. Fair catch. Looks like it's about the 13, 14-yard line. So you're going to say it's on the 15. So 3:44 left to play here in the first half. It's been a bit of a nervy battle. Both teams trying to find their way to break through. Trojans were having some good success running left, right, and center. Oh, multiple guys jumped there. Both the wide receiver and one of the linemen. Cam Sweeney still seems like he's a little injured after that one tough hit a couple drives ago. Necessitated sophomore backup Grant Later to come in, but Sweeney's going to stay in. 1st and 15 after the penalty. Run up the middle for Cabrera, gets a whole lot of nothing. So 2nd and 15, balls on the 10. .315 left to go in the second quarter. Does look like we're going to have the Hershey High School marching band performing here at halftime. Run off the right-hand side. Looks like Cabrera got a yard, maybe 2. Yeah, looks like 2. 3rd and 13 from 12. We do know the Colts have the ability to move the ball down the field in a hurry. Single play could do this. So Trojans look like they're trying to chew up some clock. 13's a good long way. 2 receivers to the near side. Sweeney back to pass. 3 in the pattern. He's scrambling, looking for somebody. Throws into traffic to Isaiah Danner. Pulled down at about the 30 or 32. Danner shaken up on the play. He was tackled down low. Takes it out to the 26. It's enough for a first down. Trainer's quickly out on the field. Looks like it's a... Now we got a flag on the play. Illegal man downfield. Or is that ineligible? We'll have to see what Coach Painter conferring with the refs. Looks like they're taking... Now the refs are conferring. No, taking the play off the board. So it's a penalty. Ineligible receiver. So, going from so that backs the Trojans up, makes it 4th and 19. So he's gonna be punting from his own end zone. Less than ideal. Does get it away. Decent punt, fair catch. Fair catch, fair catch, and a flag on the play. So fair catch. We'll have to see what the flag is. Kind of a messy end to the half here. There's a big pass play there to Isaiah Danner, who's injured on the play. It does look like he's up and moving around down there. But that would have gotten the Trojans out of it, even if they had to go 3 downs with nothing gained after that. Would have run a bunch more off the clock and punted it. Would have been much, much deeper into the Colts side of the field. And instead, on the Trojan side, with referees trying to figure out what the heck the penalty was. So it's against the Colts. Puts the ball at midfield. 1st and 10, 1:48 left to go. Trojans got to be on their toes. Looks like power left. They're stacking up heavy to the left. Handoff, going left. Finds some space. Picks up about 15 or so. Tyrell Hill's there on the carrier. Minute 30, clock is running. Seacrest with a high snap. Looks off to the left-hand side, has a man open, and that's a touchdown. That's Owen Anastasi on the TD. 34-yard. Just what the Trojans did not want right before halftime. Doing so well, moving the ball well. Penalty. Takes a long third down play off the board. Suddenly the coverage opens up down the left-hand side. Point after is good. .117 here in the half. Looks like after the penalty took the long third down play off the board. Kind of the mojo went out of the Trojans there a little bit. And both touchdowns for the Colts tonight have come on two-play drives. First, 35-yard TD run to Nathan Lusk. And the second one here, 34-yard pass to Owen Anastasi. Sweeney and Williamson back to receive. 117. Could be huge if the Trojans can answer back in any shape or form, even a field goal. Because the Colts are going to get the ball to start the second half. Deep to Guzman. It is a touchback. So Trojans start on their 20. .80 yards to pay dirt, or a bit less for a field goal. Two receivers to Sweeney's right, Cabrera in the backfield. Sweeney drops back to pass, throws it over the middle. It is picked. Interception. Sweeney tries to run him down, but are they going to give it to him? They do. Oh, it's a pick six. That was Nathan Lusk. So, 35-yard interception. That's Nathan Lusk's second TD of the game. One on offense, now one on defense. Point after is good. So things go from bad to worse. They were down by one touchdown. And just like that, they're down by two. Sweeney had his man. He definitely had his man, but he looked like he was leaning back as he threw it up. Lusk broke on the coverage. Stepped up, picked it. Able to pick up a couple blocks. And ultimately, it was Sweeney that was unable to bring him down inside the field of play. And Lusk able to reach over there in the corner. Get himself a pick six. Guzman and Williamson back there. Looks like Derek Guzman's going to take it. A little bit of a seam, but it kind of closes up on him. Looks like he took it out to about the 21. Excuse me, a 26. .58 seconds to play. Trojans are now down 21-7. Said it earlier in the game. Sometimes you're going to get smacked right in the mouth in this game. And it's about how you respond. Out to left-hand side there to Joe Agurdo. Couple yards on that. It's down to 44 seconds. Second and 3, ball out to 28. Back to pass yet again. Nope, he's going to take off on it. Looking for some yardage there. Gets himself out to the 40. Does get a first down. It's nice to see Sweeney. Looks like he's got a little hop in his step, but just as I say that, he's limping in the backfield. Back to pass. Scrambles to left, sets, looking deep. Overthrows his man. It's a interception there. That's Julius Corrado. The flag in the play. We'll see if that face mask. Illegal use of hands. Oh. After the interception, so. So just 5. So Colts are going to have it on the 48. Probably 2 ways to go here. Run out the clock or take a shot. Run up the middle, stacked up really quickly. Shriver runs up the middle and gets a whole lot of nothing. That's a rough half of football there for the Trojans. Just when it seemed like they were kind of getting their groove, the Colts kind of stomp all over that. We'll be back after the Hershey marching band does their routine, and we'll see if we can break down what the heck just happened there in the first half. Trojans down after one half of play, 21-7. Cedar Cliff up.
creative. Anything that you want, you can build here. This is your world. Your dreams come real here.
All right, now it's time to take a look, see if we can make some sense out of what the heck happened there in the first half. Trojans got themselves 7 drives. Punt, touchdown, missed field goal, punt, pick 6, and an interception. So not a great way to end things. For the Colts, they had 7 drives of their own. 35-yard TD after 2 plays. Punt. Relatively short drives, 5, 6, 7. Then they get the pick 6. And then don't really get much more out of it there. So Trojans are down 21-7 here after the first half. If there's anything the Trojans can hang their hats on, when they do kind of get some variety there in their offensive attack, and they do well at retaining the ball, those 2 interceptions are definitely mistakes that they're going to want to clean up. So if they can clean that up, they'll be able to hold onto the ball a little bit longer here, get a little bit of a rhythm. As far as on defense, they definitely have, at times, had the Colts' number, have been able to contain them. But it's that big playability that the Colts have, and for the most part, tonight anyway, the Trojans do not have. So here in the second half, the Trojans have to see if they can get things going. I did walk by the Trojans locker room. You could definitely hear Coach Painter trying to fire the guys up. So down by a couple touchdowns here in the second half. Trojans have got their work cut out of them, that's for darn sure, especially with Colts coming out with the ball first. ideal world here, Trojans to get themselves a good stop, get the ball back, march down the field. And then go about getting themselves a score. I'll give them a little pep in their step. And then get them going here in the second half. But on the flip side, the Colts get a good play here, get a good start to the second half. It's going to be rough going for a touchback there. So you're going to start on their own 20. Colts motion 2 men to the left. Run left. Big pickup. Eric Shriver, that's the man they want. Colts definitely want to get going. First and 10 from the 38. Run up the middle. Find some room there. Gain of 6 there, 2nd and 4. Receiver in motion. Going with the jet sweep. Gets a couple out of that. Should be close to the first. Well, that looked like a messed up play there. Somebody jumping. False start against the Colts, that'll back them up. 1st and 15. Push them back to the 43. Quarterback rolls left, throws left, has a man in the flat. Julius Tirado. Gets him out to 48. 2nd and 6. 10 minutes left in the quarter here. Hershey down 21-7. Colts look like they're coming out trying to grind a bit. Bennett drops back, throws into the flat. Number 6, that's Nathan Lusk on the reception. Looks like that makes him short of the first, 3rd and 2. Colts definitely had men breaking beyond Trojans' coverage there deep, but Carter Bennett didn't look like he either saw it or wanted to take a chance on it. Or, excuse me, Bennett Seacrest, excuse me. Run up the middle. Shriver looks like he picks up first down on that one. Run up the middle. Spinning and twisting and turning. That's Shriver again. Looks like the Colts don't want to have to just rely on the big plays. They want to get Shriver going. On the season, he's got 318 yards, 5.8 average per carry. 6 TDs coming into the game. Trips left, 2 to the right. He's run out of it before. He's going to run out of it again. Slips out of the first tackle, does pick up several. Looks like he's close to the first down. Looks like it is enough to pick it up. First and 10 on the 28. Seacrest certainly isn't afraid to run the ball. Starter in the center. We get a fullback and a running back in the backfield. Power looks left. They run left. Gets out around the outside edge. He's going to break in and through. Looks like they caught him. Nope. Touchdown. That's the danger man, Shriver. They set up on the left-hand side with all the power and basically told the Trojans this is where we're going to go with it. Point after is good. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes it's a little tough to tell from the booth here. So the Colts got themselves at least three different scores here. So 20-point game now. Colts up 27-7. Again, trying to see if there's any fight left in these Trojans. Williamson and Guzman back to receive. Pumps it deep. Guzman's going to take it at about the 5. It's off to left-hand side, finding the seam. Gets out to the right-hand side. Stiff arm, out over the 50. Big run back. That looked like either a face mask or a horse collar. No flag on the play, but he's looking for it. Certainly fired up. Maybe that'll put a little fight into the Trojans here. Huge run back. They're going to spot the ball on the 26. Trojan coaching staff unhappy with the call there. And the fans here are also calling for a fast mask on that. Official timeout. They're saying it's for an injured player. It's a fine line here for the Trojan coaches. You can talk to the referees, but you can only argue your case so far before they'll throw a flag. So that big run back puts the Trojans at least in field goal range here already. Their starting positions in the first half were largely deep in their own end. Started at the 17, the 12, the 4-yard line. They had the 45 twice, their own 20, and then their own 26. So they spent a lot of the time in the first half trying to dig out of their own half of the field. Nice to see the Colts player get up and get off the field, even if he is helped out. The Trojans 1st and 10 from the 26. That's the Colts 26. Two receivers left. Angel Cabrera in the backfield. Power shifts left. Handoff to the left. Colts shoot in and take out Cabrera's legs. Nothing doing there for the Trojans. Makes it 2nd and 10. Trojans offense is built to grind out yards and move the ball, but they're not built to move the ball fast. Back to pass for Sweeney, and he is swallowed up. Nobody open in time. Nathan Lusk with the sack. That puts the Trojans back to the 35. 3rd and 19. Sweeney is not moving well, but he is still on the field. So Trojan coaches still believe he's their best chance to win. Not much. He does. Oh, he breaks out of the backfield, gets out of that. He is hit hard. Good sportsmanship from the Colts helping him up. Sweeney looks like he was a little shaken up on that one. Personal foul against the Trojans there. Just when they were digging out, got a good play. I'll back them up. They're now on the 41. This is not what the Trojans want to be doing when they got a great return. Now they're 4th and 25. Sweeney back to pass, off his back foot, heaves it out there to, passes it out there to Guzman. Some pre-snap confusion there. It looked like Joe Agurto didn't know what the play was. Short of the gain, that's turnover on downs. Coach Painter is not pleased with something. Colts take over on their 26. Up 21-7, or excuse me, 27-7. Looks power left again. That's how they scored previously. Bounces out to the outside. Does find some space, but he is brought down. It looks like after about a gain of 12. Timeout for the Trojans. Ball will be out there on the 38 after they come back from the timeout. This is definitely not the kind of football Coach Painter likes to play. He is a details-oriented kind of guy and disciplined. He does not want his players giving up penalties. Had a great run back from Derek Guzman, and then they promptly went backwards. 4:59 left in the third quarter. It's going to be a very long road back for the Trojans. Stadium announcer honoring Hershey graduate Michael Horrocks, who lost his life at 9/11. He was one of the pilots. Gain of 4 there for the Colts, gets them out to the 42. Kind of a balancing act now for the Colts. Going to chew up some clock. Get out of here with a win, not get anybody hurt. False start there from the Colts. It's going to back them up. 4:10 left to play. 2nd and 12. Ball's on the 36. They got power left. Tailback is deep. He takes the ball. Running with definite aggression there. Tyrell Hills. He's a senior. Takes the ball out to the 43. It's 3rd and 5 here. Colts coach was not happy how that play was developing as the guys are headed to the line, so the Colts will take a timeout. Well, just looking ahead here a little bit, I'll reiterate this again later. Next game up for the Trojans is going to be at Milton Hershey High School. That is the traditional cocoa bean game. And then Cedar Cliff is going to be back at home. They're probably going to have a really tough test. They look pretty good tonight, but they're going to have a really tough test because they're going to be up against Bishop McDevitt. And they are a perennial powerhouse. For the broadcaster, our next, won't be a live thing, but it will be a recording. We'll be up at Shank Park for the Hershey Cross Country Senior Night. It'll be against Cedar Cliff and Palmyra. Both the boys and girls cross country teams are 6-0 at this point in the season. Colts snap the ball. Roll out from quarterback. He overthrows his man by a couple yards. Nothing doing there for Seacrest, so that makes it 4th and 5. Colts send out their punter, Evan Ziegler. Kuzma's back to return. He had that big kickoff return last time out. He hasn't had much luck there on the punt returns. He is going to let that one bounce because it's a little short of him. Colts pick it up around the 20. So that's where the Trojans are going to start their next drive. So while the Colts didn't get much out of that, they flipped the field position script on the Trojans here. .304 left in the third. Trojans got to start making some moves, get some points on the board here to start digging out of that 27-7 hole. Jet sweep to Guzman. There was a little bit of a hole, but didn't last long. He's dumped after maybe 2. Oh. Officially, they're going to say he lost a yard. Looked like he got something out of that, but takes him back to the 19. So 2nd and 11. Blitz coming. Heaves it up. It is caught. Good block there from Agurto. And that's going to be a touchdown there from Derek Guzman. That'll be, if my math is correct, that'll be an 81-yard. It was kind of a prayer. It helped that got that 2-man block there from Agurto. That really opened things up. A couple plays earlier in the half, looked like he was a little lost as to what to do. Guzman is definitely fired up down there. A little more pep in the step from the Trojans. Right now it's 27-13. Kick is up, and that one's good. 2:15 left to play, 27-14. Trojans got to get some stops, got to get some scores, but it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility just yet. Maybe after a play like that, they're starting to believe again. On the flip side, bad luck for the Colts, but they can't think just yet this game's slipping away. Still very much in control. Cole Goodman to kick off. Thumps it deep. Taking it to 5. Headed off to the left-hand side. Cuts back inside a little bit. Takes it out to about 28-yard line. That's where the Colts will start off. Definitely starting to get chilly here. Most of the folks in the stands got their sweatshirts on. Run stacked up inside. Great work there. That's number 72, Tucker Valzaki. Right up the center. Goes nowhere. He took on the block and stacked up the running back. Nice TFL from him, tackle for loss. Moves the Colts back to the 26, 2nd and 12. Clock is running, we're down to a minute 30 left in the half. Colts spread things out. Seacrest back there, pursued, escapes the pocket a little bit, throws and is incomplete. Off the hands of senior Nathan Lusk. Threw a little behind him. He did have his man, but also had him Trojan in his face. So that makes it 3rd and 12. Drive is kind of shaping up in the Trojans' favor. If they can get a stop here. Looking at a blitz, they send it. Escapes to the left, throws it incomplete. Referee's pointing at the man, so saying it was not grounding. Fourth and 12, they're sending out the punt team. Guzman out to receive. Ball is up, looks returnable. He did call for the fair catch though. Probably safer, he had 2 men bearing down him, so it looks like they're gonna start him on the Trojan 39. So Trojans got a quick strike last time, 81-yard touchdown. From Cam Sweeney to Derek Guzman. Trojans got a little bit more pep in their step now. Got to get some points on the board. Looks like Grant Later is the quarterback out there. May be that Sweeney is too banged up from a couple earlier plays, or definitely his lower legs were hit and crumpled a bit. Guzman in motion. Handoff. Nope. Dangerous pitch. Dangerous pitch kept there by Grant Later. Pitched as he is being held by the defender. Third and 9 ball on the 40. Looks like they're going to let the clock run out here. And that'll be it for third quarter. Trojans are down 21-14, or 27-14, excuse me. After coming out from halftime, they gave up a 28-yard pass. 28-yard run to Eric Shriver. Then they were able to stop the Colts, get them to punt 2 drives in a row. Trojans come out though, and they have turnover on downs, but then, and that was really disappointing because they had a huge return from Derek Guzman on the kickoff to get it down to the Colts 26, but by the time they had to punt, they were on the Colts 41, so they spent the whole drive going backwards. But the next drive they come out, third play of the drive, they get an 81-yard touchdown pass from Cam Sweeney to Derek Guzman. But it does look like Sweeney's earlier dings and hits have caught up with them. They're sending Grant Later out there. Motion, Later back to pass. Heaves it down the right-hand side. He does get his man. That's Joe Gerto on the catch. Big arcing pass. Looked like the Colts didn't think he was going to throw the ball. Most teams in high school, you think you put in the backup quarterback, you're going to see a lot of runs. But the Trojans trusting their backup. Run off to the right. Not really anything there for Cabrera. He's very much struggled to get going tonight. Gets him a yard down to the 25. Trojans down to 11 minutes. Put up their big old comeback here. They have to do more than just match Colts move for move. Nothing doing with the run up the middle. Gets a couple, it's 3rd and 6. Ball in the 22. Probably a little outside field goal range. Back to throw, down in the corner to Guzman. Oh, he snags it out of the air over the defender. Guzman fired up on the play. Guzman putting the team on his back, trying to will them to the victory. I do have to say, Grant later, throwing up an absolute prayer, but he did put it up where either the receiver was going to get it or it was going to be incomplete. And Guzman went up and got it. He just wanted it more. All right, now the Trojans are in the same zip code as the Colts. 27-21, Cedar Cliff. Band's fired up, cheerleaders are going. Got some pep out of this team again. Have to wonder if, are the Colts getting a little nervous? They getting the yips? .10:05 left to play. It's crunch time. Cole Goodman, senior, set to kick off here. Trojans want to pin him back deep as they can. Into the end zone, touchback. So Colts going to start the drive on their own 20. Resurgent Trojans here. They've scored on back-to-back drives. 81-yard TD pass to Guzman. And then just there a moment ago, 22-yard throw into the corner to Guzman again. Colts shift, power right. Handoff. They go right. Good pursuit there from the Trojans, stacking them up, nowhere to go. Loss of 1 on the play. That's what Coach Painter wants to see every single play. Wants guys surge into the ball, multiple guys going. Single back deep, back to pass, single guy, 2 into the pattern. Overthrows his man. He had him open there back in single coverage, but tried to put a little too much air under it. Derek Guzman on defense. So that's 3rd and 11. .15 left to play. Trojans only down by 6 thanks to a missed point after from the Colts. Timeout for the Colts. They're trying to draw up something that'll get them 12 here because they're a 3rd and 11. Ball on the 19. Trojan defensive coaches out there to fire up the players. Remind them of their assignments. This could be a pivotal play in the game here. Trojans get a stop. Force the Colts to punt from deep in their own end. Trojans could take over possession near midfield. Give them a nice short field here. Touchdown and point after could be Trojans up. Field goal gets them close, but that's not what they want. They want touchdowns. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Trojans got to get a stop first. Receivers spread wide. Quarterback's run out of this before. He looks left, throws down the middle. He got this man down the seam, makes first man miss. Jumps over a second man. He has got the ball all the way down. He gives himself up inbounds down at the 30. It's a back-breaking play there. Receiver wisely stayed inbounds. Keeps the clock running. Suddenly calculus goes from getting a stop to keeping the Colts out of the end zone. Bunch formation, power right, go right, runs right up the middle. Eric Shriver, touchdown, 30-yard TD. That's the second touchdown of the half. As we said from the outset, he's very much the danger man. And he showed it right there. Once he got past the first level, he was able to make guys miss and had the speed to outrun him. Point after. That one's up and through. So we got 34-21. Tough old game here, this football. Just when the Trojans seem like they're climbing back into it. Colts go out there and break some hearts. For the most part here today, the Colts really haven't put up long drives. Their longest drive today, 10 plays. But they've scored on 2-play drives, 3-play drives. They scored twice on 2-play drives. Not ideal. Not ideal in the least. 8:34 still left to play. Is not out of reach just yet. But it's getting desperate. Williamson takes this one. He's up the right-hand side. There is a flag on the play. He's tackled down there at the 30. See what the call is. When it rains, it pours. Ball placed back on the 15. Grant Later still in. Cabrera in the backfield. Look to pass. Later given no time whatsoever, but does get it out to Gerdo. Gerdo cuts infield, gets him back out past the 30. Looks like they're going to spot it on a 32. later in there scrambling for his life. Was able to pick his eyes up, find a receiver, but multiple Colts in the backfield. Cabrera off to the right-hand side, steps through 2 tacklers, tries to jump over a third. Pick up about 7, 8, they're saying. Ball's out to the 40. Two receivers to the left. Later looks left, nope, looks right, rolls to the right, throws it out of bounds. Does stop the clock, however. 3rd and 2, 7:21 left to play. Two receivers right, 2 left. Cabrera in the backfield. Colts sending a blitz. Incomplete pass. Looked like it was headed for Cabrera. Grant later back there, just not having any time to set his feet and look too much. Fourth and 2, they're going for it. 7:16 left to play. Turnover and downs here, that's basically the ball game. Forced to throw it early, that is incomplete. Well, it was a desperation play, and they had to go for it. Colts move their guys around, power left. Trojans up on the line. Quarterback gets himself out of that one in the backfield. Gets past Williamson. Second and 6, ball in 36. Gain of 4 on that one. Run up the middle goes pretty much nowhere. Eric Shriver stopped for a loss on that one. Second and 6. Third and 8, Seacrest back in the shotgun. Looks like he's going to throw for it here. Steps up. They're going to say incomplete. Evan Ziegler, punter, comes in. 5:40 left to play. Not a good snap. Punt is off. Fair caught at about the 13. gave it to him at the 14. So Trojans next time out, they're playing the Cocoa Bean game. That's against Milton Hershey. That's at Milton Hershey in their stadium. Grant Later back there, most likely to pass with 5:35 left to play. Drops back, scrambles right. Scramble drill finds Derek Guzman. Guzman bounces off the tackler. Guzman is trying to put the team on his back yet again, gets him out to the 41. Gotta give Grant Later some credit. He's not having a whole lot of time, but he does keep picking his eyes up, looking for somebody downfield. Colts' next game is at home against Bishop McDevitt. Later looks right, looks left, passes left, picked off. That's going to be a pick six. That's Julius Tirado on the pick six. That's 45-yard. That makes it 40-21 pending the point after. Just overthrew his man. Flag on the play. So as I said, Colts are off to play McDevitt. For the broadcaster here, we're going to be, next up is up at Shank Park for Hershey cross country team's senior night against Cedar Cliff and Palmyra in a tri-meet. At this point in the season, Trojans are 6-0 against mid-pen teams. Get a strong boys squad. Many of the girls' teams in the mid-pen are quite small this year. So Trojans have a pretty strong squad. And we'll see how they stack up against Cedar Cliff and Palmyra next Tuesday. Kick is up, and it's good. 41-21. Well, just under 5 minutes left to play. Many of the fans here tonight are already headed for the exits. They've seen enough. There's only a few left in the student section. They're the diehards. Maybe 20 left there. Guzman and Williamson back to receive. Low line drive kick, bounces once, Williamson picks it up. Looking for some space up the middle. He is grabbed around the waist, brought down at about the 33, but there's a flag on the play. Against the Trojans. Backing them up. Start the drive on the 12-yard line. It's been a theme all night long. Really deep starts in their own half of the field here for the Trojans. run inside. Number 21, Carter Klein up the middle there. Gets a couple. Maybe 5 out of that one. They're calling it officially 6. 2nd and 4. Ball out to the 18. Colts safeties look like they're sitting a little deeper. Same thing for the cornerbacks. Underthrown out there to Guzman, the intended receiver. 3rd and 4. Clock stops. It's 4:13 left to play. Three receivers left, one to the right. Targeting Guzman. He does beat his man, gets down the line, tackled near the 50. They're going to call it at the 50. Good game there, pass and catch from Later to Guzman. I think we're officially in garbage time here. Option play, pitch out to Guzman. He's down after a gain of about 5 or 6. And place it on the 45, so gain of 5. Later back to pass. Scrambles. He's taken off with it. He steps out of bounds. Ball's on the 42. Third and 2. 3:29 left to play. Trips left. Guzman's off to the left. He seems to be the target man throughout the night. Look for a bubble screen, but quarterback goes down. As soon as he hits the ground, play is over. So that'll be a sack. Clock is running. We're back to the Trojans' 47. Fourth and 13. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Grant Laner rolls to his right, sets his feet, throws incomplete. Pass intended for Guzman. .253 left to play. Ball's going to be on the Trojan side of the field. That's the 47. Colts are a receiver way right, but they decide to run off to the left. Gets about 12 on that one. Shriver chewing up the yards there. Ball on the 35. Handoff up inside to Shriver. Leaps over a man, gets about 4 on that one. So there are definitely some positives the Trojans can take out of this game. They did fight back. They were down quite a bit at one point. Halftime, they were down 21-7. Got themselves back to 21-27, but they just couldn't stop. Couldn't stop the Colts. Run up the middle. That gets them a first down there for Shriver. Should take the ball out to about the 23 or 24. Looks like 23. So there's definitely positives for the Trojans to take out of this one, but definitely some things that I'm sure Coach Payne will have the boys working on out there on the practice field tomorrow. A couple loose plays, couple penalties. When they do set back to pass, not really giving their quarterback time. They're going to take a knee, and that's going to be our ball game there. Clocks aren't quite synced, so they'll have to do one more play here. But our final score here from Hersheypark Stadium is going to be 41-21. It's a heavy loss for the Trojans here as they head into mid-pen play. Colts are going to go into face McDevitt next week. They're going to be 4-0. Trojans are going to be 3-1 headed into the Cocoa Bean game. Broadcaster, as said, we are a student-run organization, and we are going to be broadcasting next time from Shank Park, Tuesday the 19th. Come out and see the Hershey cross-country team on senior night take on Cedar Cliff and Palmyra. I have it on pretty good authority that the Hershey boys #1, Vinay Raman, is very much in the realm of possibility of racking up a course record. But we'll have to see. So for all of us here at Hersheypark Stadium, I'm Rob Sterner. Behind the camera here has been Kailey Wetherbee. It's 41-21 Colts. We'll see you next time.